Boston Celtics fans are about to fall in love with Hugo Gonzalez. The Celtics just picked Hugo Gonzalez with the 28th pick in the 2025 NBA draft, a Spanish wing who played for Real Madrid this past season. And right after the pick was made, some people weren't too happy. Gonzalez didn't play a lot at Real Madrid, and so the stats look rough, but all of the reasons people are complaining about Gonzalez is exactly why the Celtics love him. See, Gonzalez didn't play for Real Madrid for a reason. They had an absolutely stacked roster. How many guys in this year's class can say they played with 10 guys with NBA experience? From Facundo Campazzo to Serge Ibaka to Mario Hezonja, Gonzalez was lucky to ever see the floor. And that's without even mentioning Sergio Llull, one of the best players to never play in the NBA. So while some people are focusing on the fact that he barely played, the Celtics were focused on the fact that he accepted it.
When you are that age, in that situation, you got to earn your stripes. It's really clear that he's about the team, and he accepts and is willing to play any role it takes. That's not a learned trait for everybody that's in the draft, because most of these guys have never sat. And with that comes a humility.
And then there's the actual basketball, because the way Gonzalez hoops is everything that Celtics fans should love. On offense, the skills are there. Real Madrid mostly played him off the ball this year with their stacked roster, but he thrives as an on-ball creator. He's slowly improving as a shooter, and with the ball in his hands, he's an adept passer and ball handler. And even when he was playing off the ball, his cutting made him essential to Real Madrid's offense. He knows how to fill space perfectly on the offensive end, constantly carving out space for himself on the floor and leaving himself open for teammates to make an easy pass. And on a Celtics team with so many talented ball handlers, that could be a perfect fit. But for all the talent Gonzalez has on offense, his defense will be his true calling card. When I was getting ready to make this video, I texted my draft expert friend Tyler Rucker of No Ceilings, and one of my first reactions was, "Oh my god, this guy never stops running," to which his replies were, "Well, yeah." I watched 4 different replays of Real Madrid games this past season in the EuroLeague, and not one time did I see him fail to pick up his guy at least half court, if not full court. His motor is absolutely insane, and for a Celtics fan base as obsessed with hustle plays as they are, that's what they're getting in Gonzalez. He sprints around the floor like an absolute madman at all times, and if you're his matchup, you're not gonna have a fun night. Even when his guy is the inbounder, he still manages to be a pain in the ass. And look right here, that cutting I mentioned earlier leads to a monster slam on the offensive end, and 5 seconds later, he's already pestering his opponent at half court. But one of the true calling cards for Gonzalez's defense came in a January game against Olympiacos. They had Evan Fournier, and he was on fire that night. So when he was torching them, who did they employ to guard him? Was it one of the 10 guys on their roster with NBA experience? Nope, it was the 18-year-old kid. Gonzalez was attached to Fournier's hip every time he was on the floor. It forced Olympiacos to search for their offense elsewhere. He made life hell for Fournier. Don't get it twisted, Fournier still got his buckets. He's a vet for a reason, and his team got the W. But the fact that Real Madrid trusted Gonzalez of all people with the Fournier matchup should speak volumes about his defensive potential. He might play with the most hustle of anybody in this year's draft class. The humility is why the Celtics fell in love with him, and that hustle is why Celtics fans are going to fall in love with him. So before you get too upset that the Celtics took somebody from overseas, make sure to watch the tape, because I guarantee within 5 minutes you will fully understand why Brad Stevens took this shot.